So we interact with this marina every day. It's not the only one that we're affecting. You may not notice at first glance, but if you look closely, you can see that there's a lot of little particles in the marina. And even though these particles are small, they still have a big impact on our ecosystem.
We all know the Dolly Museum. It's free admission, great art, and it's located in beautiful scenery. But we don't see the amount of trash that's left in the marina in front of the Dolly Museum.
My name is Lindsay Cross. I'm an environmental scientist with the Tampa Bay Estuary Program. A lot of the trash that gets into Tampa Bay comes from trash that all of us dispose of or improperly dispose of, whether things are dropped on the roadside, maybe people on campus or working in the buildings nearby have littered, and a lot of that trash gets washed into our storm drains. When we have heavy rainfalls, gets into our creeks and our lake systems, and then it ultimately ends up in Tampa Bay. There is a small nonprofit group that has something called a water goat that they use, that essentially when you have a stormwater outfall, a lot of the times you're getting trash that comes into the bay as a result of rainfall, which washes anything that's on the roadways or on the grass into the storm drains and then ultimately out to Tampa Bay. But there's some devices you can use to try and corral that trash at the outfall of the stormwater, so it's much easier to clean up. And I know that there's one near the library at USF, and I've seen some other ones in creeks around Tampa Bay. So they may be trying to utilize something like that around the marina. The city of St. Petersburg may be doing some of the cleanup, but it's also a project that local students and community groups could certainly undertake to try and clean up the waterways. And usually if you see that a waterway appears more polluted or has a lot more trash, it's probably because there was a large rainfall the day before or a few days before. You use nets like you would clean out a pool. You could probably also use rakes to remove the materials. Or if it was a shallow area, you could actually get in there, wade around, and use buckets or bags to collect the materials. It's probably a combination. I'm sure that there's a lot of boaters who love the water and try and do their best to clean it up. But certainly if you're out on a boat, it's easy for things to fall overboard, especially if it gets windy or wavy out there. So some of that trash may be coming from boaters or people along the marina. It also could be from people just walking along the sidewalk, along the seawall in the marina, that drop something or toss something into the water. So with pollution and with trash, a lot of the times it comes from a lot of different sources. So it's a type of non-point source pollution, which means we can't attribute it to just one source, like a certain company or a business. Usually it's a lot of people or businesses or homes that are contributing small amounts of that pollutant, whether it's trash or oil or nutrients, and then when it's all combined, it turns into a big problem.
Richard Matheson. I'm an ichthyologist here, if you know what ichthyologist is, but my official position is associate research scientist. There's organic pollution that's like sewage, and sewage, the old wisdom has been the solution to pollution is dilution. And with sewage, that's probably true. If you have enough clean water mixed with the sewage, it probably won't do that much damage. What the problem is, if you get too much of that, it enriches the water to the point that you get overproduction of things like algae, and then that's not that big a problem in itself, but then that tends to die, and that will use all the oxygen in the water, and then you get fish kills. But that's just sewage pollution. The more insidious things are things like heavy metals that do not dilute. In fact, they magnify up the food chain, so you end up with things like mercury in the fish you want to eat. So I would say it's just a little more insidious than sewage pollution. The first thing is to make citizens aware of how connected everything is. Cutting down your mangroves in front of your house is not unconnected to the fish you want to catch next week. Everything in the system is connected to everything else. So the more habitat we destroy, the less fish we're going to have. And that goes for seagrass, mangroves, the variety of habitats. But that's, I think, if you don't get the citizens to buy into that, then there's not that much we can do. It's the citizens has to be an educational program.
Well, certainly everyone could be doing more to help the environment. First of all, it starts with your everyday activities, making sure that you properly dispose of your trash or recycle things or compost them when it's appropriate and available. If you're walking to class and you see some trash on the ground, pick it up and throw it away, because otherwise it may end up in Tampa Bay.
Looking at the marina today, it looks like there's absolutely no problem. But seeing it yesterday, you would have seen something completely different. All around the area are no trespassing signs, but there are no signs prohibiting littering. Are we really doing everything that we can do to protect the marina and the organisms living inside of it?
So, you guys might be asking yourselves, where is all this trash coming from? We shake our head when we see people litter. We shake our head when we see trash in the marina. But what we're shaking our head at is really just us, because we're the main concern here, because we're the ones that are not disposing of our trash properly, not recycling properly, and definitely not paying attention to where our trash is going.
Here are some ways to take action and change the ocean for the better. 1. Reduce your carbon footprint. Since our ocean absorbs half the carbon dioxide pumped into the atmosphere, we should use carbon-decreasing methods such as carpool or mass transit. 2. Reuse. Choose reusable shopping bags, coffee mugs, and food containers. 3. Recycle. If you can't reuse it, recycle it. Check with your local government on what you can and cannot recycle, and recycle everything possible. And 4. Reduce. Since packaging materials account for much of the trash we generate, consider items with less reusable or recyclable packaging. Using these 4 simple rules, we can help the ocean and our environment around us.